start the drive. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Cole Kmet. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down. The slot man in motion right. Second and 4. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And he will bring it back. An interception return for the Lions. Touchdown. So a big defensive play there on the opening drive, no less, as they make the interception and bring it back for the score.
And I think that's a signal of how this defense wants to play. They want to be disruptive, and you know they're going to take some chances.
Well, sometimes it can burn you, but right there, it paid off. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They come off a victory over the weekend, but now the quick turnaround here for this Thursday night game. How does that affect how teams like this approach these short turnarounds?
Well, wins and losses always factor into, how you're getting ready for the next game. But equally as important when you have the short turnaround, what is your injury situation? Are you losing key guys? And if so...
Oh, he tries to get it to Metcalf, but it's intercepted. And the Lions are going to take possession of the football. And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And, Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them. And they took advantage of it there. Got a nice interception and set up their offense in great shape.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
But they certainly got dented with that first down run. So now they've got to be back on their heels a little bit as a defense.
Following the pickup of 4, here's second and 6. Straight ahead, Gibson. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a third down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
And Owen will be intercepted. Picked by the former Lion, Darius Slay. And the Bears are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And they were winners the last time they took the field, which was 2 weeks ago. They had the open week last week, so this is a squad that should be really refreshed and ready to roll.
I would agree, because when you get that open week after a victory, it does wonders for everyone. Obviously, your body, get a chance to heal up, but your mind as well. You feel good about winning, so now you can get away from it for a few days, put down the playbook, turn off the film. Just be you. Enjoy that time away, and then you come back ready to go.
They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Well, Charles, this Thanksgiving tradition, so great. I mean, going back essentially through the full century of the NFL, I know you probably have a lot of fond memories of Thanksgiving Day football yourself.
I certainly do, and I don't have the turkey board tradition. The families that go out and play and come in and sit down to their feast and watch football. I remember reading remember the Lions jumping on the Packers on Thanksgiving Day. The only loss the Packers had in 1962, and they sacked Bart Starr over 10 times in that game. And I remember Dave Williams from the Bears returning the overtime kickoff for a touchdown to win a game on Thanksgiving Day. I remember so many different things happening, but how much fun is it each and every year to know that you got football on Thanksgiving Day?
A nice return that time of about 14 yards. And the Lions will take over. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. As mentioned, this one of the hottest teams in the NFL, riding that winning streak into this one, but now playing here on Thursday night. Do you think, man, it's caught. inside the 10. A big play there for Detroit. 58 yards. And that looked almost to be a case of, quarterback saying, hey, I'm going to throw this as far as I can and hope you run under it. Mission accomplished. Hammering for the goal line. He loses the football. And this is picked up by the Bears. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Partner, you know how often we hear about the red zone, right?
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. Very fortunate to get another shot. Here's 2nd and goal. And he'll get it down close to the goal line, but not quite in. He'll wind up getting 3 on the keeper there, but it leads to a 3rd down. That's some good tackling there to keep him short of that yellow line.
Yeah, defensively, all I'm thinking is that on that play, get me to 3rd down. Get me into a position where I can make one more play and get my defense off the field.
Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. 4th down now after a loss of 2.
Just a simple run play there on 3rd and 1, but this D was up to the challenge and stopped him, bringing up 4th down.
And his kick is right there. It's good. So the long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They're still in search of an initial 1st down as they come up here 1st and 10. That's complete to DK Metcalf. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line. 2nd and 2. And here's another interception, the 3rd of this 1st quarter. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown. Well, this defense is circling early. A pick 6 there, and they are off to the races here this 1st quarter.
And, partner, when you get off to a 1st quarter lead like this, it really frees you up defensively to take some chances, really apply some heat. And that was just a tremendous play to pick that ball off and bring it back for a score.
This will be a return from deep in the end zone. And not a good return here at all as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ballgame as they come up 1st and 10. Despite some tough running, he's still wrangled down shy of the 15. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now they'll throw here, out of the gun. Oh, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down. And this defense for the Lions, they were very good a week ago in that win over Minnesota.
It was a nearly unstoppable pass rush. 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries given up. So now what do you do on offense? You just max protect, keep everyone in and run the ball? Or maybe just 1 or 2 receivers.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked by Jeff Okudah. And the Lions are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 37. And he'll let this one go deep for Chark. And he's got it inside the 10. A big play there for Detroit. 61 yards. Pretty good timing. He waited just enough for that post play to develop and laid it right in there.
And you know what a lot of teams do when they decide to throw a post route? Because it's a little bit longer developing play, they max protect. Bring everyone in, keep the tight end in, an extra back to make sure the quarterback has time to deliver the football.
2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. They'll look to run with Dillon. And I think they stopped him again. They did at the 1-yard line. No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal. This Bears defense trying to hold on. This is 3rd and goal. They'll try and pound it in with Dillon. And this time he is in. A.J. Dillon with now 15 rushing touchdowns on the year, as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good, and a rout is on here in this first half. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here, because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer.
And now here's another interception. Picked by Jeff Okudah. And the Lions are going to get possession of the football as time will run out on this first quarter of play. Dillon now on 1st and 10. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20. Decent run, maybe hoping for a little bit more. It does, though, set up 3rd and manageable.
And every play that's run, if it's blocked perfectly and executed perfectly, it's set up to go for a touchdown, right? But I like the way you described that one. Just get into a 3rd and manageable, nice decision-making, and took care of the football.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. Irv Smith Jr. with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Lions continue to pull away here in this first half. And it's no good. He missed it wide to the left. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds, so really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line. The Bears in good field position to start out 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. They'll set up to throw. Airing this one out for Evans. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. You know, thinking of this Thanksgiving Day game, Charles, for years we've heard the talk, why don't we open up these Thanksgiving Day games instead of just being Detroit and Dallas every year, give other teams a shot to host? I know you're kind of like me, a bit of a traditionalist, but what do you have to say to that, CD?
I think it's a great argument, and the league could support it quite well, where you could move games to different spots and still be very successful on Thanksgiving Day. But you're exactly right. I am a traditionalist. I really don't want Detroit and Dallas to give up those slots. I like the fact that we watch them each and every year. But what I really like is that the league added a 3rd game in 2006. And usually it's division rivals, but that's the 3rd one of the day, and it caps off a great day of football.
I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween and you take what you want. They're having a blast out there playing against him today.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And this is scooped up by the Lions. So they tried it. Not only did they not get the first, they fumbled it away.
Yeah, it's one of those things where it went from bad to worse, but I know that everyone's going to pile in on the call and say, well, what are you doing? Why would you go for it there? I think that teams that are convinced that they feel pretty good about their game plan, what they want to get done, that they go for it. Give it a try. Hey, let's see if your defense can rescue them a little bit.
Credited with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle, and that's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
Now an option play on 2nd down. Fields hit, and the ball is loose. And this is picked up by the Bears. And he will take this down to the 10-yard line. So that play, I mean, it was pretty well blown up from the start, and it results in a turnover.
Yeah, when you're running the option like that as a quarterback, you have so many different keys and reads to make that sometimes as you're making them, you're not protecting the ball.
Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. DK Metcalf with career touchdown number 128. He's now tied with Marvin Harrison for number 9 on the all-time list. And the Bears are able to cut into that deficit. Extra point right down the middle. And that will shave a bit off the lead as it's down to a 23-point game. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And Charles, what a battle this is within the division, because these guys, they've got the lead, but not by much. On the other side of the field, they're knocking on the door and trying to equal them in the wins category.
And I love that second part that you talked about, equaling them in the wins category, because if somehow you get down to the end of the year and they're tied in record, head-to-head's always the first tiebreaker. So the winner of this game, they'll have a big advantage. Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now, light a fire.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
To try again after the sack. Fields, throw right side, taken in by Gibson. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. The Lions on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 16. Here's Fields. And that's complete. It's Chris Godwin. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. They get 15, but they still needed a little bit more. 4th down.
Well, it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yardage to pick up the first down. Now to be 4th and short.
They'll run for it with Dillon. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. They're able to keep the drive alive, 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields. Catch is made here by Irv Smith Jr. And he's going to get this down near the 25. And Charles, with that completion, I'm told that puts him now over 3,000 yards passing on the campaign.
And Brandon, I think we have to start to think about where we are in the season, because right now, 4,000 is not out of the question. I think a big game or two, he's certainly capable of getting that done.
And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20. They'll run here with Dillon. That gets them 3 yards closer here as it brings up 2nd and goal.
Definitely an important sequence here for this defense. They've had their share of struggles in this first half. They just cannot afford to give up another touchdown here.
2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. Fields going to hold on to it. And he gets halfway there, down to the 1-yard line. Only a yard there on the keeper, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd down.
Typically on the read option play, when we talk about responsibilities, we're talking about what the quarterback has to go through. How about the inside linebacker, though? His job on this play, shadow the quarterback and hold him to a short gain. Did it to perfection.
They'll go with a touch pass here, trying to pick it up. And Williams is going to be stopped short of the yellow line. He did not get there. A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now
And he's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. DJ Chark, a 1-yard touchdown reception. And the Lions' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And a rout is on here in this first half. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. From deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. Mark that down as a pickup of 13, and the Bears have the first. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll set up a throw. And this one out for Evans. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Kirby Joseph. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. Irv Smith Jr. as the first half is winding down, and the Lions will extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And a rout is on here in this first half. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. This will be returned from deep in the end. Now a hit and a loose football. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And they're going to be set up in the red zone right around the 17-yard line. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Fields. And he's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. DJ Chark as the first half is winding down. And the Lions are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And a rout is on here in this first half. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Now, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. They'll throw now on the final play. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down. So we're at halftime here in the annual Thanksgiving game in Detroit as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The Lions in the lead, and they're going to get the football first as well as the second half is underway. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Well, this offense, this team, they are rolling right now, Charles. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. You look at the scoreboard, and they pretty much right now got this thing on cruise control.
Yeah, and this is that time of game where you and I have to be prepared, right? Isn't this kind of like that empty the bucket time where you have to go into your blowout material and make sure we have some different things? That's what we're staring at right now, the way this one is going.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. Third down, now even tougher. 3rd and 13 after that loss of a yard. Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25. 3 yards on the keeper, and it's 4th down.
Partner, when you're not able to run the ball successfully, it really messes everything up for an offense because no longer are you setting the tone and dictating the game. If you do want to throw the ball, play action's kind of gone out the window because they don't respect the run. And last but not least, you don't get to dictate it all when you want to throw the football, and that really hurts you as an offense.
A field flipper there, a 47-yard punt coupled with a loss on the return. And the Bears take over. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Here's Walker to start the drive. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Looks for the out route, and it's complete to Kmet.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. He'll drop to throw. Targeting the out route, and he completes this to Metcalf. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 47. Back to throw here. And that's off the mark, incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now for getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
They'll look to throw again. And now here's another interception. Picked by Kevin Byard. And the Lions are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield.
Partner, I see you reaching for the white flag. Put it down. I don't want you throwing it, but I understand why. Because if you do, you're hoping they might actually stop this game because we're in blowout territory right now. That interception just surrendered any momentum they built up in the locker room during halftime. So game plan, it's in the garbage. Time to try something new in this one.
8 yards to go on second down. Running right, here's Dillon. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. And chalk that up as a 4-yard loss. And now it's third down. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. On third down, here's Dillon. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. He loses 4, and it brings up 4. Here comes the Lions punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. This is fielded at the 7. And he loses the football a second time. Oh, that is going to be a safety. So give 2 points to the defense. They were in hot pursuit there, and in the end, they force him out of bounds.
You just wondered how he was going to get out of this one, Brandon. We saw him painting himself into a corner, and finally has nowhere to go but out the side of the end zone.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3 and out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open.
Fields hit, and the ball is loose. And this is picked up by the Bears. And they bring this one back. A fumble return for a Bears touchdown. Second time he's lost a fumble. This one hurts more. It's returned for 6.
He's been under a lot of...
Oh, and now they're going to fake it. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Let me go ahead and show my age a little bit. I liked it when they would fake it from the 3-yard line, right? When they'd line up, go ahead and, oh, there's a fake, and he's going to get 2. That's great. But from the 15, the risk-reward is just not there.
So risky. To get 15 yards on a fake. Well, you see the result right there.
Yeah, I know these young whippersnappers are trying to do different things in this game, but let's go back to reliable. Kick the ball through the post.
Get off my lawn.
That's darn right.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They'll begin the drive with a run by Dillon. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down in a nice little gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
Fields tapping it forward, jet sweep. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. He'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a first down. Well, that'll help the old passing stats. Remember, it was a pop pass, so it's not a wide receiver run there, Charles.
Well, I like the way that you scored it, and that's exactly how it goes into the books. But remember, he's had success throwing the ball the standard way in this game. And here, this little top pass, it goes for a good yardage, a little something extra in his repertoire.
Back now at Ford Field. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 38. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. And I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this 4th quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and try and finish off the game.
And a good-looking run there as he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18-yard line. 11 yards there and a Lion first down. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And this is picked up by the Bears. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. Now a play fake here on first down. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10. On play action, they'll throw. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
They've been trying and trying, but they haven't sacked him yet. He's been able to get away and make plays. Tried to make another one downfield right there, but to no avail. They'll have to keep up the pursuit, though, and not let him get hot.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. And he comes back with one complete. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. The Bears on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Man open, here is Jones. And he is going to have the Bears first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Sliding out of the pocket. And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. A great effort there. His first NFL reception goes for 6. And the Bears get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Kirby Joseph. And the Bears are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. You just kind of feel for the defense right now, this deficit. They have not been able to stop them the entire game, Charles. And some hands on hips, some long faces out there on the defensive side. Oh, they're like, oh, my gosh, we got to face these guys again here.
Yeah, people don't understand how hard it is when you're on the side that's being dominated to keep your head up and continue to play hard. And that's what they're going through right now. Trying to find that pride inside of them to allow them to continue to fight, even though they are down huge in this game.
That'll wind up as a loss on the play, so now they're staring at a 3rd down and 12. This is Dillon on the counter. And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line. Give him 8 yards on the carry, and that's going to bring up 4th down. Here comes the Lions punter now, as he's on here to punt it away. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. This is taken at the 18. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it'll be 1st and 10 Bears from deep in their own territory. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They were coming off the extra week of rest, but this team started sluggish, and it really didn't get any better from there, and trailing big here. And now here's another interception. Picked by Jeff Okudah. And the Lions are going to take possession of the football. And they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road. It helps seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
Now Dillon on the inside give. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Again, it's Dillon. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first. Just a gain of 1 there. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. They got to get it to the 21 here on 3rd down. Up the middle they run. Here's Dillon. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the first. Chase McLaughlin now for the field goal try. And this one is right down the middle. And that will extend their lead even further. Ultimately, not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked by Jeff Okudah. And the Lions are going to get it back here just past the 35. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. To the outside, that's complete to Williams. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. Well, it looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackle him for a loss.
On 2nd down, Dillon. And he'll get this only up to about the 35.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Backed up here. Tough spot. Needing 11 yards to pick up the first. And they'll get him down at about the 37. Well short of the first. So they take the flag and the yardage that comes with it. They still need 6 yards here on 3rd down after the penalty. Dillon up the middle. Oh, he goes over it. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. 58 yards rushing now as he's done it on 22 carries. They run once more with Dillon. And he'll be taken down here, and that is how this one is going to come to an end. Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense